How Labour Party shocked us all. Fashola, wow. So, Fashola of Labour Party, that is Minister of Works or so, is now probably confessing. Is now left in awe, and they are now beginning to see the mystery behind the emergence of Peter Obi. Okay, so he is now coming out to say, to tell people how the Labour Party shocked them. He is just the beginning of the shock. They thought Labour Party would just come and go like any other party, especially AAC, not knowing that there is a force behind the emergence of Peter Obi and the sudden explosion of Labour Party becoming a third force in the Nigerian political system. So let's see what Babatunde Fashola has more to say. Babatunde Raji Fashola, Nigeria's Minister of Works and Housing, has revealed that the victory of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi's victory in Lagos, in the just concluded general election, got to him and many other All Progressive Congress members as a big shock. Can you imagine? So Peter Obi winning Lagos State, emerging as winner in Lagos State during the presidential election, is what he's saying that it came to them as a shock. Why would it not come? Why would it be a shock to them? Have they even performed? So that is a clear indication that the masses does not want APC again, both in Lagos State and at national level. That is the truth. They shouldn't be in shock. Okay, so because they thought, they've been operating in impunity, so they thought they can get impunity with the power of incumbency, with the federal might in their pocket. They can do undo, but now the shock is still in them. Fashola made this known while featuring on a political program, Sunday Politics on Channels Television. He explained that the Labour Party turned its voters on in the state and decimated the chances of the People Democratic Party flag bearer Atiku Abubakar, while noting that the ruling party conducted pre-election internal polls but never released it. He described polls that predicted Obi and Atiku's victory as badly conducted. Obviously, is that the issue? The polls that were conducted prior to the election, actually, which indicated that Peter Obi will win the election, was correct, and everybody voted Peter Obi in that election. If not, it was rigged. APC rigged the election with impunity, with audacity, with federal might, and they rigged so much that they even forgot themselves and they forgot all the loopholes in their rigging. That is the truth. They use all forms of electoral violence in Nigeria, even with people in uniform, to do that rigging. Without that, Obi actually won that presidential election. They don't have anything to say about that. Fashola, who headed the election planning directorate of the Tinubu Shetima campaign, said APC knew states where it had high chances of winning and had concentrated its energy in those states. He said in some cases, you get blindsided. We were blindsided in Lagos State because the opposition turned out their voters there. And you also saw that the umbrella party that has been competitive for 24 years suddenly disappeared. It showed that their support has been shifted. So when asked whether Obi's victory in Lagos during the presidential poll surprised the ruling party, he said, yes, blindsided us without a doubt. They turned out their voters. Okay, and in the subsequent gubernatorial poll, we turned out our voters. Did you turn out voters? So what is he trying to say? So during the presidential election, the Labour Party turned out their voters and they suddenly struck Lagos for Labour Party and even put PDP in oblivion in Lagos State. Okay, so what he's trying to say is that they were blindsided. That means they never saw that. It was a blind spot to them. Politically, they never thought that anybody would win Lagos from them. They thought they were on top. They thought they would win. Okay, with all the electoral violence that they did during the presidential election, Obi still won that Lagos. So what you say is that during the presidential election, Labour Party turned out their voters, and that was why they won. And that also was why during the governorship election, APC turned out their voters, and they won the state for the governor. How did they do? Because in the history of 2023 general elections, Lagos had the highest level of violence. Okay, APC Togri in Lagos State was number one across the federation. Were complaining of the violence that took place during the presidential election in Lagos. Before you knew it, the governorship election came around, and they did times three of what they did during presidential election. And they saw it that without violence, without voters' intimidation, there was no way they could have won that Lagos for the governorship for APC. And that was why they had to intensify the electoral violence. Okay, MC Olomo came out publicly to say that anybody that does not vote APC should better stay back in the house, because they felt Igbos were taking over Lagos from them. I don't know why they see Labour Party as Igbo party. It's an unfortunate impression. It's an unfortunate ideology. It's an unfortunate situation that they just introduced ethnicity into politics in Lagos just because of the fear of the Igbos. So Fashola should not come and tell us here that they turned out their voter. That was why they won Lagos for the governorship, because they used the worst of electoral violence in the history of Nigerian politics and elections. That is the truth. Without electoral violence, without voters' intimidation, they even used traditional rulers like the Oba Elegushi, the Oba of Lagos. All of the traditional rulers supported the violence. Okay, the Lagos State Police Commissioner, the resident electoral commissioner in Lagos State, all of them worked for APC. Without that, they would have lost Lagos completely. And even with that said, people that came out voted more for Rose Vivor, the Labour Party governorship candidate for Lagos State. So let them not tell us what they don't know. So let's see a few comments that people have here over what Fashola is saying. Okay, somebody is saying, and that is why you people committed all manner of atrocities to make sure that non-Yorubas and even Yorubas are disenfranchised during the gubernatorial election. But no problem, as you know, that one bad thing today demands justice, okay, and revenge tomorrow. Kachineke mezioku. Yes, that's exactly what they did. They did all the atrocities in Lagos. It was the highest of it. Somebody say amen and amen. Okay, it was the highest of it. The Labour Party did not shock anyone except for the old guard who will not accept or allow the true yearning of the masses to prevail. That is true. The movement is about the masses in Nigeria who have been beaten and battered by incompetent and inept politicians who do not want the light of glory to shine upon Nigeria. We are still singing the redemption song loud and clear. Okay, so that is the truth. That is the truth. It's only the old brigade, the old people that do not want to leave Nigeria alone, that were shocked. Young people were in Labour Party and they saw it coming, and they worked for it. Eh? It's quite unfortunate that APC is thriving on propaganda and violence in this dispensation. So that is what Fashola is saying, that they never saw Labour Party coming, and they were all shocked by the time Labour Party and Peter Obi won Lagos State during the presidential election. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.